Here we see a man making his way to the ring, accompanied by
weighing in at 180 pounds from Havana, Cuba. He represents UK, the Cuban Heat.
As I was saying, accompanied to the ring by PCW's own Big T Justice.
Oh, I think these two have got history somewhere down the line. Oh, maybe Cuban Heat has some photographs of Big T in some compromising positions. Cuban Heat from Havana, in one of my favorite places in all the world, in Cuba.
Came here from Havana in 2014.
Yeah, I want to know about that, how he managed to actually do that. It's so difficult to get out of Cuba. Most of them head towards Miami. How on earth has he managed up in Blackpool? How bad a navigator is he?
So with a streak like that, with opponents in his resume like that, how big is the task in front of Phillip Michael, Stallion?
Well, Phillip Michael has risen to the occasion every time that he's been put into a PCW ring, regardless of the opponent. You've got to bear in mind he's taken on the likes of Noam Dar, Ashton Smith. The guy has been in there against Yeston Reese in a heavyweight championship match. So you know he won't back down. Certainly this is a very different sort of challenge, almost perhaps an unknown one. With the other folks I've mentioned, I certainly know for a fact that he's studied the likes of Noam Dar. He certainly will be aware of Yeston Reese, what with him being a PCW heavyweight champion. Certainly be aware of the likes of Ashton Smith. But Cuban Heat is an unknown.
How do you prepare for an unknown?
Do some research. Do some homework, Google. Mind you, you can't learn much from his entrance video. Phillip Michael, though, is an absolute student of the game. If you look at his style, whilst certainly you see the nuances of the modern game in there, he is certainly a student of the old world of sport type wrestlers, Jim Breaks especially. Like, it's not often, and you certainly can't go through an entire Phillip Michael match without Greg Lambert bleating on about Jim Breaks constantly.
Greg Lambert, of course, an incredibly knowledgeable man when it comes to wrestling. These men now lock up Cuban Heat, taking Phillip Michael down, and Phillip Michael says, I'm not taking you on, pal.
He's got his game.
How do you prepare for an unknown? You might not need to.
Certainly looking that way. Phillip Michael very cool in there, but he doesn't want that to turn to arrogance. Cuban Heat isn't just Johnny Kickpads. I mean, as you mentioned, he's got a massive winning streak at IPW.
Face some huge names. Cuban Heat now looking to take down Phillip Michael. Perhaps he's done his homework of his own. Currently working on that stretch.
You would hope that he's done his homework. The grounds of Cuba does have one of those.
And look at Phillip Michael.
Clever way to get out of it. Cuba does have one of the highest literacy ratings in the world. So you would hope that he has done his homework on you, Phillip Michael. Unless, of course, he just thinks that he's so confident in his own ability, he doesn't need to worry about such things. Doesn't matter who his opponent is. And quite frankly, if you've got Big T at ringside there, then perhaps you could get away with thinking that.
And how much of a factor could Big T be in this match?
Well, quite.
Look at this, a pin attempt from Phillip Michael. Cuban Heat kicking out, and Phillip Michael telling him, I nearly had you there, pal.
Well, as long as Phillip Michael stays away from the outside and stays away from that side of the ring where Big T is, that should negate that problem. There we go. There's the equaliser. You can do all the technical stuff in the world. You can work a body part, use your body mechanics, and
look at this! Phillip Michael taking him down, giving the drop kick, and once again saying, I've got your number. Phillip Michael coming in, Cuban Heat taking him up and over the top, but just not reacting quick enough.
Doesn't want to
but
be
look,
there.
There's that equaliser, there's Big T. And he catches Phillip Michael and just drops him down on the ring apron. That, of course, allowing Cuban Heat time to catch his breath.
I'll tell you what, it has been so warm in Blackpool today, it has felt like it's been Cuban Heat.
I did indeed try to do my research into Cuban Heat and just managed to get today's weather forecast in Havana. Look at this again, Big T being the difference maker on the outside.
The weather where?
In Havana.
Moron. No, it's a place in Cuba, I was asking you. Literally tens of people Googling that now. Yes, it is a real
Snap
place.
suplex from Cuban Heat taking down Phillip Michael. He's going straight for a pin attempt, hoping that the work that Big T is doing on the outside could be a factor in this match, and of course it will be. Irish whip by Cuban Heat. But Phillip Michael jumping up, locking the legs in. And he's looking now, sending Cuban Heat into the corner. Kick to the back, and once again tripping him up, but he's gone straight for a pin attempt of his own. Cuban Heat kicking out at 2.
Big T certainly gave him the opportunity that he's looking for, but he really needs to capitalise on that. He's worked out that there's no way he can wrestle Phillip Michael.
And look at this once again, Big T going to the other side of the ring. Des Robinson needs to get a grip on this match, needs to see that Big T is really imposing his will on the outside there.
How do you expect he does that? Ring mirrors?
Cuban Heat kicking Michael while he's down. And once again, an Irish whip sending Phillip Michael into the corner. This time Michael not looking as hard, lifts the foot up. And again tries to reverse it. Fisherman's carry of his own, a pin attempt, but again Cuban Heat kicking out at 2. Say about how hot it's been today, we can see the sunburn on the arms of Phillip Michael. Hopefully the sun has not been a factor in his conditioning this evening. As he runs in, Cuban Heat runs out of the way, runs into a back elbow. Phillip Michael now going up top, but gets caught by Cuban Heat. He could be out here, Stallion. Cuban Heat going for a pin. Phillip Michael kicking out at 2.
Well, you can understand the drive and desire. Phillip Michael has done so much of the hard work in this match. Well, that's the thing, you do not go on a streak like Cuban Heat has gone on in IPW unless you know how to handle yourself, and I'll tell you what, he's certainly taken advantage of every opportunity he's been given so far.
Phillip Michael with a kick. Just prior to that, we'd seen Cuban Heat go for his finisher, which is a skull-crushing finale. Big T has entered the ring and has taken out Cuban Heat, has taken out the man he's here to protect.
So hold on, what's referee Des Robinson doing? Because...
But Phillip Michael, as Big T runs over, pulls down the rope,
Oh, he's going for that East Lang special.
Here he is, locking it in. The East Lang special. Cuban Heat's in the middle of the ring. He's going to have no option. And of course, taps out to the East Lang special.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Cuban Heat was here for a Cuba Libre, then he's told himself a mentalita. If he thought that he could beat the likes of Phillip on the form that he's in. Very impressive performance from the graduate of the PCW Academy.
Phillip Michael, arguably one of the top talents coming out of the PCW Academy.